I would be mad too. I'm sorry. Either jealous, ugly. We're gonna talk about how to deal with mean nurses and how to deal with them as a new grad. I'm so excited. But anyways, so my name's Shanae. I've been a nurse for 3 going on 4 years in January, and I feel like I have crossed all types of personalities in the nursing field, and so will you.
Bad hair, bad breath, bad attitude.
And you need to be ready for each and every one of them. But the good thing is, if you learn how to put your foot down in the beginning, then it will not continue to happen, and you really decide how people respect you in life as well as at work. Now, when you're a new grad, it's really different because you don't have a lot of confidence, you don't know stuff, and that is perfectly fine. But once you actually feel that someone is disrespecting you or demoting you or just making you feel less than, then that's when you need to say something. But first, I want you to think, like, when you go into work, is this person mean just because they're mean, or are they overstimulated? Because you have to remember, like, working in a lot of these healthcare settings are so stressful, and it's like, is she just responding like this because she's snappy, because she's frustrated and overwhelmed, or is she actually like this? So I hate to say it, but if I'm overwhelmed in the situation, or say if a cold just happened and you try to ask me something or ask me for help or try to say something, I may not respond as nice as I would, but that's just because I'm overstimulated at the moment. I will always, of course, apologize because I know when I'm wrong. But if you're like, hey, can you help me lift this patient and I just had a cold, my face is gonna say it before my mouth does. Okay, so let's say you just figured out she's mean. She's not just overstimulated. The nurse, he or she is just mean. Next thing I want you to think about is he or she correcting you and you're just taking it the wrong way, or are they actually trying to belittle you? And if you have found that this person is naturally just mean and they're not correcting you, they're just trying to belittle you, then yes, you have a mean nurse, and this is how we're gonna deal with it. Okay, step 1. You are going to address them in the moment. You're not going to wait until the shift is over and wait till you can, have a nice lunch break, and you're not going to do that. Say if the nurse says to you something rude, like you're taking a report and they keep cutting you off. So you're saying, hi, this is John Doe, patient of Dr. Patel. He's here for CHF, status post cabbage 2 years ago, And she goes, well, is that all you know? Well, can you do this faster? Well, where's the IV? You're gonna say, you're just gonna let her talk, and you're just gonna stare at her or him. You're gonna put your hand up briefly, and you're gonna say, if you give me a moment, I will get to it. And if you don't mind, if you could just save your question until I at least finish my sentence, that would be greatly appreciated. That is a polite way to basically tell somebody, all right, shut up. Now, say if it's not during report, and say if it's just in an everyday scenario, maybe you're getting the short end of the stick, you're getting the rougher patient, and you don't feel like it's fair. What you're going to do, in that case, you're going to wait till the time period is right, and you're going to pull that person to a side and tell them how you feel. But you need to say it in a way that's professional, in which if this was documented against you, that it wouldn't be docked against you. So you need to say in a professional mannerism, which expresses your feelings, but make sure they are factual. It cannot just be, I don't like when you say that. The statement needs to be as such, when you say this, it's very belittling, or when you say this, it's very rude. Yes, your feelings matter, but your feelings need to be backed up with facts. So you're going to pull them aside, and you're going to bring up your factual feelings that you are having. And in addition to that, you're going to tell them how, moving forward, you would like to be talked to. So, listen, I really didn't like the way you belittled me when you kept noticing that I didn't notice such and such. So moving forward, if you realize that I don't know something, please just continue to educate me as opposed to belittle me, and that way I can become a better nurse. Now, there's a lot of people who respond to things in a different way. You could have people who respond to it as, oh, she's putting her foot down. You could have certain people who respond to it as, oh, she thinks she all that. Either way, you've done your part. The biggest thing in nursing and being on the floor is having confidence. But even if you don't have confidence in the knowledge you know, you need to have confidence in yourself, because unfortunately, them old, raggedy, behind nurses will sniff it out and they will eat you alive. And you did not just go through 4 years of school and being eaten alive with your college professors and all your tests just to be eaten alive on the unit. So I want you to remember that at the end of the day, this is your degree, and the unit is only going to be as respectful as you, the unit will only be as good as you make it. So you shouldn't be running off and changing units just because you don't like one or two people. There's gonna be a mean nurse on every floor. There's mean people in ShopRite. There's mean people on the highway. You're not just gonna stop driving. You're not just gonna stop going to ShopRite. You're not just gonna stop grocery shopping. You just need to learn to deal with it better. And the best way to deal with it is a respectful, factual statement. Now, say if at the end of the day, you do that and it doesn't work. You need to report it to the higher ups. We're not snitching around here. Is that what it is? Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I don't like what you say. You're not going to keep saying it to me. Because that's why we don't have any nurses now. So you need to report it to the higher ups. You need to go, and I'm not saying you're a charge nurse. That's not enough. You need to go to the unit manager and tell them what's going on. And once again, when I say come with facts, come with facts. You saying, oh, that hurt my feelings, nobody cares. Nobody cares. At the end of the day, I want you to remember that there's mean people in every field. There's mean people in every field. Just because you're a nurse and, oh, this nurse is mean, this nurse is mean, doesn't mean that you're gonna go and work in tech and then you're not gonna deal with a mean person. The difference is, in healthcare, you literally spend most of your shifts with these people, and these are 12-hour shifts, so this is half your day. People need to respect you, and you need to demand respect. Doesn't mean you have to be mean about it. I mean, if it gets to that point, like, who am I to say? I haven't had to get to that point. A lot of times, I'm not even gonna say a lot of times, but I feel like people just know that there's certain stuff they can't say to me. But however, a lot of people will try to test you. And if you let them test you, then they will just keep creeping into the waters until that door is completely open. And you have to close that door before it even creeps open. At the end of the day, this is your workplace. You've worked hard. You're here to make money and save lives. Don't let some raggedy behind nurse change your mood. Because at the end of the day, if you're having a shift from hell, the last thing you need to feel like is, oh my God, like, I don't want to go back the next day because of my coworker. Like, if you don't want to go back for another reason, that's fine. But because of my coworker, not making money because of my coworker, not utilizing my degree that I just was in school for 4 years because of my coworker, we're not doing that.
No.
Let me know if this works for you. I'm wishing you the best. New nurses, good luck. It's trying times. You got to hit the ground running and just keep going. It will all be okay. And until next time, bye.